Excellencies Dr. Hak Jahan Moon, co-founder of the Universal Peace Federation and a tireless global peace advocate, His Excellency former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, His Excellency Prime Minister Hun Sen, the Universal Peace Federation President Dr. Thomas Walsh, Your Excellencies, dear friends, tensions have once again escalated in the Korean Peninsula following the series of missile tests conducted by North Korea since the start of this year. Indeed, the Korean Peninsula is one of the lingering flashpoints in Asia and the global community, with possible wide-ranging catastrophic consequences. Excellencies, as we know, in the case of the Korean War, between 1950 and 1953, it was relatively short, but exceptionally bloody. Nearly 5 million people were killed. More than half of these, about 10% of Korea's pre-war population, were civilians. The rate of civilian casualties was higher than World War II and Vietnam. In 1990, as Congressman and Chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee of the Philippine House of Representatives, we had the privilege of conferring with the legendary North Korean leader, President Kim Il-sung, at his mountain villa north of Pyongyang. Our visit and talks with North Korea's founding President Kim Il-sung resulted in a return visit to Manila by then North Korean Vice Premier Kim Dae-jun and the rapid establishment of diplomatic relations between the Philippines and North Korea, which we initiated with the active support of then President Corazon Aquino and the Foreign Secretary Raul Manglapos. Despite his forbidding reputation, we found the legendary Kim Il-sung widely and keenly interested in the affairs of the outside world. For our appointment stretched to more than 1 hour as we exchanged views on many issues affecting Asia and the global community. When we inquired into the possibility of another war on the Korean Peninsula, he dismissed this liability outright. For conflict would be foolish, he said, and said emphatically, it would only cause mutual direct destruction in both North and South Korea that neither side could afford to suffer. He told us in no uncertain terms, quote, if we attack the South will be destroyed. But we in the North will also be destroyed, quote unquote. Indeed, towards confederation and into a united republic, let me say that as chairman of the International Conference of Asian Political Parties, ICAP, we've been mobilizing the Asian political parties in hopes that we can help bridge the gap within the two Koreas by helping promote the feasibility of establishing the Korean Confederation for the two Koreas, until at some point in the future they can become a united republic with alternating presidency. For it is difficult but not an impossible dream, because the two Vietnams and the two Germanys eventually reunited after many years of division and conflict. So in this case, indeed, why not the two Koreas? joining forces together to create a united Korea for the Korean peoples. Indeed, we envision that South and North would keep their independent countries separate but in peace and join in a loose confederation, normally trading and doing business and trade, engaging in cross-trade and tourism, developing their agriculture, developing their industries, fisheries, highways, airways, and railway systems, and connecting from Busan in the deep south, gateway to Japan, all the way to the north, in a trans-Siberian railway leading to Europe, to Russia, and the world. This is possible and probable. There is common will, with the support of the United States, China, Russia, and Japan, and with the support of ASEAN, the European Union, and the UN, providing guidance and active support. It is not fair to ask North Korea now to give up its nuclear weapons, and that it will not. But the relations between the two Koreas can and should develop normally if they start preparing for it now. Indeed, Excellencies, I must say that in earlier days, atomic powers like Kazakhstan, which is almost as large as Western Europe, also voluntarily demilitarized and gave up its nuclear weapons, and today leads in Eurasia. Indeed, North Korea could leverage and give up its nuclear weapons in exchange for large-scale cash and economic assistance, and rapidly build up its economy and be equal in status as sovereigns with South Korea and the other republics in Asia. For we in Asia and the global community must build on the historic direct talks between the U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and between Kim Jong-un and South Korean President Moon Jae-in, which we hope will eventually lead to a roadmap to an eventual unification and a lasting peace in all of the Korean Peninsula. Excellencies, I must say that in earlier 2006, as our humble, modest contribution in helping encourage direct talks between Seoul and Pyongyang, we transferred from Manila to Seoul the Secretariat of the International Conference of Asian Political Parties, ICAP, which we founded and established in Manila in September 2000, and of which we are privileged to serve as founding chairman and chairman of the Standing Committee up to now. The ICAP Secretariat is now most active in Seoul and will benefit both South Korea and North Korea, and indeed the Asian community. For the International Conference of Asian Political Parties represents some 350 ruling and opposition parties today from 52 countries in Asia, including the major political parties of South Korea and North Korea's Korean Workers' Party. Excellencies, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, indeed, students of real politics will say that maybe our hopes, our dreams, and proposals on the Korean Peninsula represent wishful thinking. But I say, Excellencies, that is how all impossible initiatives and how all impossible dreams begin. Thank you, Excellency, dear friends, and good day on behalf of all the peoples of Asia. God bless you.